Andres Segovia once called the guitar a small orchestra, and I have to say, I agree completely. Each string has its own register, its own tone and timbre. This all comes together to form that amazing sound we all know and recognize from a guitar. But not everybody sees the guitar this way. For some, this idea may feel like a cavern that's just too deep and too dark to explore. But imagine not needing another instrument to sound whole by playing both melody and chords at the same time. Today, I want to help you learn to do just that, and in the process help you to be your own band on the guitar. So our main tool as guitarists to create amazing chord solos are inversions. Inversions are basically the notes of a chord just in different order. So maybe you might have C, E, G, root, third, fifth, but in an inversion you would change that order, so it could be 3-5 root or E, G, C. These inversions are invaluable tools, and they're really your best friend as a guitarist and the foundation to any good chord solo. We use inversions to both express a chord and highlight a melody, and they're so powerful because they allow us to move freely on the fretboard and not have to be dependent on where we are to play a certain thing. So the next very important concept is the concept of voice leading. Voice leading helps us connect the chords that we're playing with inversions, and they're basically the leading voice. In other words, the melody. And quick note on the melody when you're doing a chord solo, a melody's register can change if needed depending on where you are on the guitar, what you're playing, and where you're going to. Maybe you have a melody that's large and very wide, and maybe you have a note that goes really up and then goes down. Well, in those cases, you would use inversions to accommodate that. Maybe you could even use a chord's inner voice to make that melody happen. You know, it all depends on what you're doing on the guitar. Once you have those two concepts down, which are admittedly a bit more technical, you want to make it a bit more musical, make it more your own. To do this, we use rhythm and other techniques to keep things fresh. Stuff like percussive strums, slides, hammer-ons, they're all fair game. These are the little details that really elevate your arrangement to new levels and make people gravitate towards what you're doing on guitar. To recap, we covered how to use inversions, smooth voice leading, and embellishments to create full, rich solo guitar arrangements. I recommend starting small and definitely try applying these ideas to a song you love and that you might already know the chords for. But before I go, if you want to take this even further, I made a free guide for you. It's called Top 5 Must-Know Guitar Chord Shapes and How to Use Them, linked in the description down below. This guide covers 5 of the most essential guitar chords, in my opinion anyway, and how to really get the best mileage out of them. This guide will give you the perfect foundation to create amazing chord solos, and it's my gift to you for free. All you have to do is head to the link below in the description, download it, and start having fun with it. Well friend, that's been all for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to gain more guitar knowledge, definitely check out this other video I made right here.